let us do some technical analysis as far as TrueBit protocol is concerned and Optimism, because these are the cryptocurrencies which I really believe are going to be doing very well in the next 12 months. 2023, 2024 is going to be an explosive year for a lot of us. So if we are going to be able to survive during this particular bear market, right? Because we already know what is happening to the price of BTC and what is happening to the stock markets. And basically, the world is about to experience a recession. But that does not mean that we are supposed to neglect ourselves from this profound opportunity, which is obviously going to happen in the near future, because such type of cryptocurrencies such as TrueBit, Optimism, they have a very great potential. So before we talk about the technical analysis and what I generally think about TrueBit and Optimism, let us do technical analysis as far as Papa Bitcoin is concerned, because wherever Bitcoin goes, everything else follows. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I did give you a very profound technical analysis 3 days ago. So if you guys happen to be subscribers of my YouTube channel, right, you obviously heard me talking about the target and where the price of Bitcoin was going to end up going. And obviously, exactly what we talked about ended up happening. The price of Bitcoin did end up going between 20,000. Between 21,000 to 21,500 in our case, right? We obviously ended up dipping to 20,700. So my buy entry, in order for us to get to rebuy and get back into our positions, was obviously between 21,000 to 21,500, right? So the price did end up going lower, which is 20,700, which is not really far off of my target. I mean, that was pretty good, you know. It wasn't really that accurate, but I mean, come on, $300 on BTC, that is pretty damn good. So we were obviously having that video right around this particular level, and look at that amazing trade, ladies and gentlemen. This is the accuracy we are talking about. So please go take a look at my previous video right over here. We've got the proof in the pudding. So I don't know whether I can talk about this. So this was basically my explanation, my overview. The price of Bitcoin was around 22,400, and yes, I did give you my profound explanation, and everything that we talked about ended up happening. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, right now, what is the next game plan for the next 24 to about 72 hours? Because if you look at the time frames that I usually give you when I'm giving you my technical analysis, right, it is obviously short term. And by the way, I define short term as far as trading cryptocurrencies between 1 to 3 days. So whenever I talk about the immediate future, right, I'm obviously talking about the shorter time frames, which is obviously the 3 day, 1 day, and all the other time frames in between. Okay, so basically my technical analysis is probably going to be valuable for the next 72 hours when we talk about scalping in and out on a very, you know, high frequency stage. So as you can see, right, I didn't even bother making so many videos because I've been doing this for a very long period of time, and I needed not make a video because all the information that I gave you was still valid. But anyway, we have some other trading information that we can potentially use and we can make some money off of. So this is going to be my game plan in the next coming 24 to 72 hours. Now, best believe we obviously ended up finding some support, right? Why did we find support as far as Bitcoin is concerned? That is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. We ended up finding support because we are at this optimum level where the price of Bitcoin did definitely bounce before going a little bit higher. So let me just show you a trend line, right? Because we are dealing with this particular structure, right? And as you can see, as defined, right, there's a lot of confluence right over here, okay? So we do have previous resistance turned into support. You guys already know how the cookie crumbles and what we are supposed to be doing. But at this particular moment, right, obviously, this particular bearish fractal. So I don't really know whether you guys know anything about bullish and bearish, fractals and what do you call these? What do you call this? Oh man, I've forgotten the name. But anyway, this particular candle is very important. It is a very important candle. So in order for us to like propel to the next side, right, to the next upside, we have to close above 21,500. 21,500 is obviously going to be very, very important in case we are going to end up going as high as this particular is it bearish OBV? Yeah, I meant to say the on OBV. Is it OBV? Yeah. Okay, I've forgotten. But anyway, this is a very important candle. I've just forgotten the the name. So basically, this is a bar that plays a significant role with regards to how smart money gets to sort of offload stuff on the market. Okay, so before we fell, we sort of found, or rather continued our direction like that. Okay, so the last green bar before the downward continuation, right, that is obviously going to play a very significant support and resistance in the near future. So as you can see, right, this right over here is the green bar before we had that aggressive downtrend. So best believe it is obviously going to act as support. So if you look at the lows and the highs of this particular candle right over there, so let me just adjust it a little bit better so that you guys can see exactly where I'm going with this. So let me just do that. Yeah, let me just expand and take it right there. Do you see this 8-hour bar right there? Yes, that is what we are going to be talking about. And if you guys had to like go in deeper, right, you can obviously look at the the average trading area right over there, which is around 21,590. So best believe before we break out, right, this particular structure level is going to be affecting the prices. So best believe here we are definitely going to have like a little bit of a retracement. Okay, boom, we hit ourselves in the wall, then we sort of come back down, and potentially we could end up finding support. Let's go to a smaller time frame. Let's go to the 24 minutes. We are definitely going to be able to find some support around this particular level as far as Bitcoin is concerned. So best believe 20,800 could potentially come, but it's not really mandatory. It just depends on how the markets are going to be aggressive and whatnot. But I'm just giving you the levels that you are supposed to be looking out for. So a lot of you might be saying, hey, Muna, you are talking too much. What information are you trying to parlay to us right now? So ladies and gentlemen, okay, look, this is what could potentially happen. Okay, the optimum, or rather the most ideal thing for the price of Bitcoin to do is obviously getting to push up and get rejected. Okay, we could have that scenario, and then we start trading like this, then go lower, trade, and then boom, back to 16K. Okay, that could potentially happen in the next 2 weeks. You understand? The alternate scenario is, or rather the alternative scenario is this one right over here. Let's say, for example, the bulls gain power. We go hit that structure right over there, get rejected, boom, we come back down, we push back up, and then slowly grind our way up, and then we push to the next level. You get my point? Or the third alternative scenario is boom, hit that again, do that again, and then finally decide to go down or further up. Okay, so those are the different 3 scenarios that we're going to be looking at like in the next 2 weeks and whatnot. But that doesn't really matter at this particular moment, because all that we are concerned about is what Bitcoin is going to do in the next 24 to about 72 hours. And this right over here is the perfect scenario. So boom, number one, right, if you look at the smaller time frame such as the 24 minutes, right, we are obviously facing a little bit of exhaustion right over here. So I expect the price of Bitcoin in the next 24 to about 72 hours to sort of retest this particular level, $21,000 or even lower. So this particular level is going to be retested, and boom, we get some support, and then we push up, okay, break this particular structure, 21,500, because this is our resistance level. You saw how this particular level got broken after sort of finding some support. Yeah, so if we are able to go back down 20,800 to about 21,000, especially around this particular level. We find support, or we could dip and then come back in this particular structure, find support, and then ultimately push back up right over here, right? Break that, come back down, and then eventually decide what we're going to do. So this is what I'm going to leave you with as far as Bitcoin is concerned, okay? We need the price of Bitcoin to close above 21,600, okay? If it closes above 21,600, right, once it retests the support level or the lower levels, once the 24-minute is exhausted and we go to the bottom, right? Once this particular structure happens and then we push up, right? If we close below, or rather above 21,500, there is a greater probability for the price to continue and retest the structure at 23,000 US dollars or even more. Okay, so when it comes to technical analysis, right, I can't really give you the definite exact way it's going to play out because there's a lot of factors that we need to consider. Am I making any sense, ladies and gentlemen? Am I making sense, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm playing with my name.
Let's go right on in.
I ain't gonna say it no more. We are supposed to do this technical analysis like pros, like bosses, because we have been in this game. So I really hope you understand this, but there is a higher probability that we are going to end up, bouncing a little bit further before going back down. So best believe this bounce is not really going to be like a very significant area. Ooh, and by the way, as we speak, the price of Bitcoin is going to retest this particular level. Do you see how profound technical analysis is? This is what is happening, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, we are definitely going to go back to 20,800, and yes, we are going to find some support, and yes, we are going to push up as per technical analysis. So this is happening in real time, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Yes, but anyway, do not get worried. So once we find that we are finding support at around this particular level, right? I'm going to be scalping in for a long and expecting the prices to go up a little bit further like that. And then I'm going to figure it out. Ultimately, I am looking for a bounce in structure as this particular technical analysis continues on and on and on. But before we can go down a little bit further, right, because yes, we do have this particular structure, yes, we did talk about this, and yes, the prices are eventually going to come back down, tumbling below 18,000 US dollars, and the ultimate area where we are supposed to be buying, ladies and gentlemen. Do not get it twisted. If you are patient enough, the price is definitely going to come back down below 17,000, and best believe around 16,000, between 15,000 to around 16,000. That is the ultimate buyback area. But before we sort of go to let's say basically 13 to about 16,000, okay, this particular level is going to be tested. It is definitely going to be tested. So 13,000, okay, to 16,000. It is eventually going to come. Eventually. But before it comes, there is obviously going to be ranging structure. The prices are going to be fluctuating in between this particular level, between 17,000 and 21,500. So what can you do at this particular moment? Well, you just wait and squeeze whatever you can out of the markets before the price comes back down to this particular threshold. And yes, by then, I'm going to give you a heads up and you guys are going to know exactly what is going to happen. So what do I like doing? I love milking the markets and just basically finessing it out of all the satoshis that I can, because I'm wicked like that. I am wicked when it comes to these charts. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so take a look at this. We had a very nice bounce on the 4 hours, all right? The 4 hours is bouncing, and then we are finding some resistance around this particular structure that I told you about. So the reason why we are facing some resistance and rejection right around here is because of that structure right there, because previous support turned into resistance. That is just how the cookie crumbles, and we are definitely going to hit this particular level potentially in the near future, but I will keep you updated. So, expect the price of Bitcoin to to come back down and retest 20,500 or even lower. Sorry, 20,700. Okay, this particular structure is going to be retested. It's either we slightly go back down, let's say for example 20,800, and then we find support, range, and then push up, and then use that as support, and then finally break out to 23,000 close or slightly higher. So that is definitely going to happen as far as Bitcoin is concerned. Worst case scenario is we just end up dropping down. So does dropping down really matter? It doesn't really matter. Let's say, for example, we fall over the cliff, right? And we end up dropping to that particular level. It doesn't really matter because we are already anticipating the price of Bitcoin to drop. And this is one of the reasons why I'm saying, look, the smaller time frames are sort of correcting towards the downside. So best believe your boy already done closed his scalp from right over here. Okay, I did scalp this particular level, and boom, shakalaka, we did that thing, and I did exit, and I'm going to be buying back provided I am satisfied with the price action right over here. If, let's say for example, we just end up falling off of a cliff, you guys already know I am definitely going to be out of these markets like a thief in a store. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so now that you understand what I basically expect the markets to do and the different scenarios and the things that you're supposed to be looking out for in order for you to maintain your bullish bias, if I can put it that way, you guys already know the things that you're supposed to be looking out for. But I really believe there is a high probability in the next 24 to about 72 hours. And ladies and gentlemen, please mark your calendar. In the next 24 to 72 hours, the moment you see this video or the moment the video drops on my YouTube channel, okay? But best believe I expect, or rather I am expecting this structure to be retested. I expect at least minimum of 22,600 to be retested, and then we get a rejection from there, and then we continue dropping down into this particular structure that we talked about previously. All right, so that is what I expect. Now that you guys already know that in the next 24 to about 72 hours, I slightly have a higher bullish bias, if I can put it that way. The probability of the price going down in the next 24 to about 72 hours is, there's going to be a bounce, a pullback. That's what we call it. The price doesn't really move in one direction, all right? It just can't fall off of a cliff in, one shot. It usually pulls back up. So yes, we are in a downtrend as given or rather as shown by the daily time frame. Okay, if you look at the daily time frames, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we did end up sort of having this particular downtrend. And before we can continue going back down, right, we're obviously going to have like a little bit of a pullback, and then we continue like that. However, yes, this is overall a bearish structure. If you look at the bigger time frames, the 3-day time frame, we're obviously sort of ranging, and it's going to be like that for a very long period of time. I mean, not really a long period of time, for a significant short to mid-term amount of time. So that is what I'm expecting. But anyhow, let's go to TrueBit and Optimism. So basically, TrueBit, a lot of you are definitely fans and supporters of TrueBit, and I'm very, very happy that you guys have got an eye for very amazing projects. So this one is a very good coin, and I really believe is bound to break out. And if you look at TrueBit and Optimism, right? TrueBit and Optimism are sort of in the same category. They are into scaling of transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. So these guys are pretty much competitors, and they are basically aiming for the same outcome. So this is one of the reasons why I really believe that these coins could potentially be very good trading projects, because they are very volatile and they have a very good potential to do very well in the near future. So the difference between TrueBit and Optimism, as far as the technical analysis is concerned, right, is obviously due to the fact that TrueBit hasn't had like a major breakout in comparison to Optimism. Now, Optimism is having a slightly better advantage as far as or rather in comparison to TrueBit, because Optimism is listed on one of the biggest exchanges ever as far as cryptocurrencies are concerned. So if you take a look at the listing, where can I get it? So if you look at the markets, right, TrueBit, or rather Optimism, OP, is listed on Binance. And if you look at the 24-hour volume as far as the USD pair is concerned, that's about 37 million US dollars in comparison to TrueBit, which is only having, a Miyaga, is it 10,000? What was this? 47,000 US dollars. The highest is on L Bank, which is around 363,000 US dollars as far as its 24-hour volume is concerned. So if you look at the discrepancy between TrueBit and Optimism, right? Obviously, Optimism is striving for faster adoption because the availability of TrueBit on Binance just makes it easy for a lot of people to grab or rather get a hold of it in comparison to TrueBit. So basically, TrueBit mostly is supported by fans of the protocol and fans of the team, basically, because not a lot of people really know much about True. You understand? So this is one of the reasons why, if you would ask me, it's easy for me to trade Optimism, but hey, I do have some TrueBit. I'm definitely going to be keeping it for the 2023 to 2024 bull market because I know it's going to take a while for these things to pop. However, looking at the value of, TrueBit at this particular moment, 16 cents over almost 17 cents, right? I really believe we are bound to have a breakout because, we have been accumulating and we've been in accumulation for a very long period of time, right? So once we get to cross the 18-cent threshold, I'm sure it's going to be explosive after, it's going to be explosion after explosion, and the prices are going to definitely do very well. We can potentially go to 27 cents, okay? That could potentially happen, but this is going to take a little bit of time for it to play out because the volume is absolutely ridiculously low, and, unless we see like a very significant increase in the price or rather in the volume of TrueBit, let's say for example 100,000, 5 million and more, as far as people are accessing it, because it's only listed on Uniswap and L Bank, and these exchanges don't really have that much volume in comparison to Optimism. So with regards to Optimism, right? So basically, more of the story is if TrueBit goes above 17 cents to about 18 cents, best believe it can go to 27 cents in the short period of time. Let's say, for example, in the next 2 weeks, and that could be like a 30%, trade right over there. And today, I'm already going to dive deep into the protocol and the underlying mechanism as far as TrueBit, the protocol is concerned, because today I just want to talk about the technicals. However, TrueBit is very close to a breakout. However, you guys are supposed to wait maybe like 1 to about 2 weeks in order for this 30% move to happen, because the volume is not really satisfying us at this particular moment. So take a look at Optimism, right? So basically the charts are pretty much the same. Optimism is a little bit further. So if you look at TrueBit, right, I really believe TrueBit is around here. Okay, now look at what Optimism did and look at that amazing pump. So it's easy for this particular cryptocurrency to pump because it is listed on Binance. So if you take a look at OP, right, so let's just search for OP. OP is available on Binance, and the 24-hour trading volume is about 38 million. So that right over there is an amazing opportunity, and there is obviously more probability of it going to super pump and people having access to it. So if you take a look at the market cap of Optimism, 178 million US dollars, best believe this one can do a 10x by going to 1.7 billion or something. And if you look at TrueBit, right, the market cap of TrueBit is what's the market cap there? I don't really know right now because I've forgotten the figure. But best believe TrueBit can actually do a 20x, a 10x, before we could have that mega bull run. So there's obviously a lot of opportunity. But remember, the price of Bitcoin is going to drop to about 13,000 to around 16,000 in the next 1 or 2 months. So everything is going to come back down. But I really believe these coins are definitely going to do very well. So please let me know in the comment section below, which one do you have the most? Which one have you been accumulating the most between Optimism, OP, and the TrueBit protocol? So please let me know in the comment section below. In case you've got any other questions, contributions, suggestions, please let me know. And if you're going to be watching this video in the future, please, did my technical analysis come to fruition like it did in my previous episode? Stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna right on it. Yes, I ain't gonna say it no more, ladies and gentlemen. So hit the subscribe button, comment, share this video, and please let me know which other coins would you like me to talk about as far as technical analysis is concerned on a freaking basis, because I mostly do technical analysis on Bitcoin, and then you guys can apply the same principle on alts, and let's keep it moving. So please smash the like button, and please help my YouTube channel grow by obviously inviting more people to come and see this profound technical analysis.
Go,
Yeah.
go,
shorty.
It's
All right, we're having too much fun, but yeah, talk to you a little bit later. It's been your boy Muna, aka Beyond 10x, and you guys have an amazing day. You guys have been rocking with your boy for a very long period of time, and I know I was absent for about 4 months because I was going through some shit. And by the way, did I tell you that I lost almost all my money in Luna? I lost everything in Luna. So I'm starting again from scratch, but we're going to do it here. We're going to do it live with you. I am definitely going to make back all the money that I lost in Luna, because I've got the blueprint. I know how to make money. I know how to do it, and I'm smarter and I'm better. So Luna did mess me up. I almost used the F word, but hey, we here. All right, so man, I even got emotional right there as far as Luna is concerned. So yeah, Luna.